one of the things that I find fascinating about my side of the business on the retail side is how few financial advisors are young, right? And the ones that are young, I've become that guy. Oh, you've never even seen a bear market.
Right, yeah.
We've had such a long up market that people just are expecting that Fed put,
Right.
and that's not necessarily something that will always happen, as we know from the history of how long we've been in the industry.
Yeah.
So when you were talking about Nick, who founded the company, who's been through this, and I get it a lot lately. They're like, "Oh, do your clients come up to you and tell you how bad the market is?" And I'm like, "Well, my clients, I've got a pretty mature book. My clients have been with me since more or less 1999. We've been through
Quite
three
a
or
bit.
four of these dislocations. So, with the exception of one, there's always one.
Yeah.
For the most part, my clients leave me alone because they know that I'm doing whatever I possibly can.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be a really great moment for people that are new to the industry, people that are on the phones at these different companies who will make it through this correction, this recession, this depression, whatever it turns out to become. They'll have experience and they'll know how to handle it, right? It's kind of like being at the Super Bowl your first time versus being there the fifth, right?
Yeah, that's a perfectly valid analogy, and I think that's also, I do happen to agree with you. I mean, these, let's call it, I don't want to generalize too much, but 25-year-old crypto native, done some stock trading, maybe did some GameStop and AMC trading, really interested in this whole thing. They're going to come out of this with a lot more knowledge about themselves. They're going to learn about, they will have learned how they handle risk. They will have been forced to be very honest with themselves.
I have been a trader in the first place?
Yeah, I mean, these are,
this is going to be easy.
We've all been through this stuff, I mean, we all have to come to terms with our, idiosyncrasies and failures, and I mean, you hope that people can bounce back and be ready and kind of put their heads down and get ready for the next run, whenever that might happen.
Yeah.